Greetings, we'll cover a few details about Dmitri Mendeleev and his life in a succinct manner. Here is a short rundown of his early years, education, career, persona, notable works, honors and accolades, fine points, and demise. Russian chemist and inventor, Dmitri Ivanovich Mendeleev. The periodic law and a modified version of the periodic chart of elements were two of his most famous creations. Along with correcting the then accepted properties of some known elements, such as the valence and atomic weight of uranium, he also utilized the periodic law to forecast the qualities of three yet-to-be discovered elements. Also known as Dmitri Ivanovich Mendeleev, famous as Inventor of Periodic Table, Russian chemist and inventor. Born February 8, 1834, Tobolsk, Russia. Died February 2, 1907, St. Petersburg, Russia. Father, Ivan Pavlovich Mendeleev. Mother, Maria Dmitrievna Mendeleeva. Siblings, Masha Mendeleeva. Spouses, Fyazva Nikitikna Leshcheva, Anna Ivanova Popova. Children, Lyubov Dmitrievna Mendeleeva, Vladimir Mendeleev, Ivan Mendeleev, Olga Mendeleeva, Maria Mendeleeva, Vasily Mendeleev. Education, St. Petersburg State University, Heidelberg University. Discoveries, inventions, periodic table, pycnometer, pyrocolodion. On February 8, 1834, Dmitri Mendeleev was born in Verkhny, Aramziani, a tiny Russian province. There are rumors that he had at least 16 brothers and sisters, while the precise number is unknown. When his father, Ivan Mendeleev, started experiencing health issues, his boyhood was forever changed by tragedy. He passed suddenly in 1847, leaving Dmitri's mother to maintain the family by working in a glass factory. In 1848, tragedy struck once more, when his mother's glass factory burned down. The household was pressured to relocate to St. Petersburg despite receiving a TB diagnosis in 1855. Mendeleev persisted in his pursuit of a teaching career. He received his degree from St. Petersburg's main pedagogical institute. Mendeleev's mother transported him from Siberia to Moscow in 1849, in an effort to enroll him in the Moscow University. He was rejected by the Moscow University. Mother and son carried on to the father's alma mater in St. Petersburg. The Mendeleev family moved to St. Petersburg, where he enrolled in the main pedagogical institute in 1850, after falling on hard times. He developed TB after graduating, which led him to relocate to the Crimean Peninsula on the northern shore of the Black Sea in 1855. He rose to the position of science master at the first Simferopol Gymnasium. While there, he left for St. Petersburg in 1857, his health entirely recovered. He conducted research in Heidelberg between 1859 and 1861 on the capillarity of liquids and the operation of the spectroscope. He released the 500-page book, a textbook, titled Organic Chemistry, later that year. As a result, the Petersburg Academy of Sciences awarded him the Demidov Prize. He began dating Fyazva Nikitikna Leshcheva on April 4, and the two were wed on April 27, at the Nikolaev Engineering Institute's church in St. Petersburg, where he taught. In 1864 and 1865, respectively, Mendeleev was appointed as a professor at the St. Petersburg Technological Institute and St. Petersburg State University. Due to his dissertation on the combinations of water with alcohol, he was awarded a Doctor of Science in 1865. He was given tenure at St. Petersburg University in 1867, and began to teach inorganic chemistry, while taking over Voskresensky's position there. By 1871, he had turned the city into a renowned hub for chemistry research. He was given the University of St. Petersburg's Chair of General Chemistry in 1867, in recognition of his achievements. He pushed Russia to advance its grasp of chemistry, by using his position to do so. The Principles of Chemistry, another important work by Mendeleev, was published in 1869. The book was translated into French, German, and English due to its enormous popularity. His most important study, the relation between the properties and atomic weights of elements, was published in 1869. He created the periodic table, organizing the 65 known elements. Mendeleev had completed the periodic table of the elements by 1889. In London, he presented his representation, and this model is still in use today. He left his university position in 1890. He started working as a government consultant in the same year. He had a keen interest in the industrial and agricultural development of Russia. Petroleum piqued his curiosity in particular. His work was instrumental in establishing Russia's first oil refinery. He was appointed director of Russia's Central Board of Weights and Measures in 1893. He examined multiple reprints of his Principles of Chemistry and contributed several articles to the Brockhaus Encyclopedia. On April 27, 1862, Mendeleev wed Fyodorina Nikitchna Lascheva. The couple was married for almost 20 years until divorcing in 1882. From this union, he sired 2 children, Olga, a daughter, and Vladimir, a boy. Mendeleev wed Anna Ivanovna Popova in 1882, and the couple had 4 children. In 1869, Mendeleev published the periodic table. His groundbreaking arrangement of the elements was based on the accurate assumption that 8 new elements existed and that some of the elements' atomic weights had been determined wrongly. His scientific standing increased as more elements were discovered and his hypotheses were shown to be accurate. The year 1955 saw the discovery of element 101. Mendeleevium was given the name to recognize his achievements to science. He was awarded with the Copley Medal in 1905. This British Royal Society gave him this highest honor for his famous scientific discovery, the periodic table. In 1855, Mendeleev was ill with TB. He lived for 52 more years despite the fact that doctors had predicted he would only have 2 years to live. In just 61 days, he finished writing his textbook, Organic Chemistry. It has 500 pages and was awarded the Damodov Prize. The majority of Mendeleev's biographies include scientific research discoveries. The truth is that he really gave chemistry less attention and focused more of his thoughts on issues related to the country's economy. A common Russian urban legend holds that Mendeleev established vodka's 40% standard strength. In actuality, when he was just 9 years old, the government already had these rules in place. Mendeleev was suggested by the Nobel Committee for Chemistry to the Swedish Academy in 1906 for the Chemistry Nobel Prize. Svante Arrhenius, a powerful figure in the Swedish Academy, put pressure on them to reject Mendeleev's name. Due to Mendeleev's criticism of Arrhenius's dissociation hypothesis, Arrhenius had a personal animosity against him. At his funeral in St. Petersburg on February 2, 1907, many attendees brought copies of the periodic table as a monument to his contributions to science. He passed away on February 2, 1907, at the age of 72. "Doctor, you have science, I have faith," he said in his last moments, probably quoting Jules Verne.